Hello friends, Shannon here from Cards by Shannon Lee. I am here today to bring you a new release from Katscrappiness. This is a farmhouse release, and let's start with the farmhouse stamp set. This is a farmhouse stamp set. I'll keep that behind there so you can see. I'm sorry for the glare, but it starts here with a sunflower wreath. Then a windmill, a barn, a tractor pulling a load of hay, basket of eggs, a shovel, a rake, a picnic table, looks like a pitcher, you know, like you pour water, a pitcher with sunflowers. Then there's a stack of animals. That's a cow, a pig, and a chicken. We have a rooster and seeds, eggs, and more eggs. And they also have a coordinating die set. Sorry for that glare. My lights are really bad on this. So to go with the farmhouse stamp set is the farmhouse sentiments. And I'll read these out to you. It says, "Y'all come and sit a spell. Happiness is homemade. Together is a wonderful place to be. Just chicken in. Life is good. Grateful, thankful, blessed. Think happy thoughts. Hey there. Love moo. How's it going? Your friendship is a blessing and good cluck." And there's also a little sunflower here and a couple of heart outlines. And here with this sentiment, there's a rocking chair. With this sentiment, there's a little apron with the just chicken in. There's a little chicken with a flower in its beak. Here there's a sunshine with the grateful, thankful, blessed. Another sunshine with the think happy thoughts. A little, I don't know if it's a house, I think it's a barn with life is good. And a chicken with the good cluck. So really super cute stamp set, and they come with, or you can have the option of the coordinating dies. Next is my second favorite part of this release, which is the Farmhouse 6x6 paper pad. And I'll just flip through this for you. I used it quite a bit in a few cards. So we have I don't know if you call this buffalo check or gingham or both. We have, looks like the sunflower wreaths with the chicken and the cow and the pig and a rooster. Super cute. I don't know what you would call that, kind of an eyelet looking design. And on the back here we have the windmill and the barn, tractor pulling the load of hay, corn, leaves, roosters, and I think that's it. Next is nice, I love when the card is, or the pattern paper is on a dark background. The sunflowers really pop on that dark background. Also the shovel, rake, seeds, leaves, corn. And I think that's it for that one. Let's see what we have on the back of that. Nice kind of plaid yellow pattern. Then we have cows and barns and hearts. I love the black, white, and red. Classic. Sunflowers and leaves on a red background. That's a monochromatic look. And we've gone over that one and that one, that one. I think we've covered everything now. Oh, here we go. Here's chickens and the basket of eggs and the eggs by themselves and roosters. Now I think we've covered it all. Yeah, that's... Oh, here we go. This is one of my favorites. This nice kind of mint green polka dot on a white background. And then the sunflowers with the leaves on a kind of a mint colored background. Oops. Now I think that's all of it. Yeah, that's it. So what I'm going to do today is tell you a little bit about another channel that I've been watching for a while, and it's called Klompen Stamps. It's Klompen Stamps, and it's Jackie and her husband Dave. Jackie is a Stampin' Up! What do you call them? Demonstrator? Yeah, I think they're called demonstrators. And she has this whole series of videos where she goes over creating templates for these fun fold cards. And today I'm going to make one of the fun folds. What she does is, or what she suggests is, you know, creating the template, just use, you know, the paper that you have, something maybe that scraps or something that you probably won't use on a card to create your templates. Then on the templates, you can write the dimensions of each of the, you know, different pattern papers, and then on the back you write the instructions on how to create that particular card. So this one is the one I'm going to recreate. Please excuse my funky pattern papers, and this one has a belly band, and on here I've just indicated that the focal image can be any size or shape. And what we are going to do is, I've already created the focal point. This is the wreath from the Farmhouse stamp set. I've gone ahead and colored it in. I've backed it with a piece of, this is sea glass cardstock from Concord and Ninth, and a piece of that Farmhouse pattern paper. Set that aside. And we're going to come in with our main piece for the card. And this is 5.5 by 11 inches. And then we're going to score it at 1.25 inches. So let's line this up here. I think I need to widen this view here. There we go. So at 1.25, that's 1.25. Make sure I use the score and not the. And then at 3 3/8. 1, 2, 3. And then you take the card and you turn it 180 degrees and do the same measure at the same measurement, or I'm sorry, score at the same measurements. So we're going to get this flipped up. 1.25. And this is a cutting / scoreboard that is made by Stampin' Up. And it has this is a scoring blade, and then this is a cutting blade, and they go back and forth out of your way, and while you're using one or the other. Next we're going to do the 3 3/8. So there's 3, 1, 2, 3/8. There we go. And I think that's all of the scoring we're going to do. And I've already cut all of the pieces of the card, so we're just going to bring in our bone folder and make the fold. The 3 3/8 measured fold goes in. And make sure that's lined up. Something funky on my card. And score that. Or I'm sorry, burnish that fold. Then at the 1.25, we're going to fold it towards us. Make sure that is straight there. Burnish that. flip it around and do the same thing. The 3 3/8 fold gets folded away. Burnish that fold, and the 1 1/4 comes towards us. Make sure that's lined up with the edge. Burnish that. So this is the base of our card. We're going to start by, I've already stamped and included one of the little sunflowers from the Farmhouse Sentiments, and I've colored that in. And we're just going to glue that on the back. I cut this so that this is 4 inches by 5 1/4 so that it will fit on the back here. I believe that is the correct measurements. And we'll just do a little bit of wet glue. I usually don't use wet glue on my inside. I don't know why I'm deciding to do that this day. I think because my ATG gun is on the other side of the room. So let's grab this. I'm going to turn it sideways. Get that. There we go. Push that down. And then we're going to bring in, I'll show you my example here. So on the example, I don't have anything on the inside here, but I decided it would look nice, oops, it's coming up, if I put some pattern paper on these inside folds. Come on now, stick down. Stay down. My glue is not cooperating today. And I'm not sure which side. I've taken these and I've used some Evergreen Bow Distress ink. This one I actually haven't finished yet. I'm very clumsy today. Not sure why. Maybe it's because of the heat. It's still 90 degrees, at least 90 degrees here. We've been having 110 degree days. So I just take, I'm going to blot that off. Just take my finger dauber and kind of flick that across the edge so we can get a little bit of distressing. I'm going to bring this in a little bit more so you can see. Oh, that was a big blob. Did I say this evergreen bough? I think I did. Bow bow. I don't know how that's pronounced. I like to do a little extra in the corners. Make sure you get those corners. There we go. That's a little more distressing than I'd like, but it'll work. I don't think the recipient of the card would say, "Oh no, too much distressing, take the card back." Wait right here. I'm going to get my ATG gun. Okay, I'm back. So I've got the ATG gun. Get some of this out of the way. And I think we want to do the white on the inside. No, I think we want to do the white on the outside and the sunflowers on the inside. What do you think? Should we do the sunflowers on the inside? Huh, I can't decide. I think we'll do the sunflowers on the inside, polka dots on the outside. Make sure that's sticking down good. Oh, this is a polka dot distress. This is a sunflower distress. Sticky tape. There we go. We're going to have a little bit of a lump from that. Stick down. Okay, let's see here. Measure this up. Make sure it's centered. There we go. Push that down. And where's my other one? I think this is the sunflower. This is the other. Here's the other sunflower. ATG gun. On the edge. Don't want that. I want that all folded over. There we go. Flip this one this way. There we go. So that's the inside of our card. Now we will do the outside, and I have these two polka dot pieces. It's a shame to put tape on the sunflowers. I love them so much. Oops, get some. Yeah. Just do them both while I have this in my hand. This stuff is not cooperating today. A big blob of it. And stay tuned till the end of the video, and I have some bonus cards that I've made from the same Farmhouse stamp set that I think you'll enjoy. There we go. Open that one up so I can make room for my hands. And we got some tape peeking out. I think I'm going to put the just super distressed edge on the bottom. And these pieces measure 1 3/4 by 5 1/4, so it'll have that nice border around it. Put the more distressed edge on the bottom. Go, and then I have 2 more pieces. These are yellow pieces. This will tie in the yellow from the sunflowers, and I've distressed these along the edges with scattered straw distress oxide. So let's put some ATG on these. What is up with you today? I never have this many problems with this. I don't want to leave a big giant bump. This round. I'm so clumsy today. Okay. Another site that I wanted to tell you about besides the Clomp and Stamps is a site called Melanie Stamps. Melanie is a new friend of mine. She's on the Catscrappiness influencers team with me, and she's been giving me lots of advice about my channel, and I just wanted to give her a shout out and ask you to stop by her site, which is Melanie Stamps, You can find her on YouTube and on Facebook and Instagram under Melanie Stamps. Oops, that's not right. We're gonna have to remove that. Let's get my little adhesive remover here. Get that big glue booger. I think what we're gonna do first is I know what we're going to do. So this measures 10.5 by 1.5. And what I want to do is I have this length of ribbon. Also, I've distressed this, and since distress is a hybrid of pigment and dye ink, it stays wet long enough that you can put embossing powder on it. So I've taken some Hero Art Sparkle embossing powder. Let's see if you can see that shine on there. Just a little bit of shine, just enough, so that we can, and I distress the edges with the finger dauber with the evergreen bow and sprinkled the embossing powder on. Whoops, sticking to me. And melted it with my heat tool. So I did a sample to make sure that this would turn out, but I'm using double-sided adhesive tape, and I'm going right across the middle of this. And since wet glue would show through the ribbon, I'm just going to use my fingernail to push that down really good. Get my pokey tool, and since if I used wet glue it would show under the ribbon, but I thought we tried it with double-sided tape and it should look pretty good. You won't be able to see that adhesive. Oh, we got a little bit of a wrinkle here. Still. There we go, that's pretty straight. Got a little bubble here. There we go. So this is going to be the belly band. I'm going to take my, whoops. Gosh, I'm having a day, I tell ya. Get that out of the way. Get that out of the way. And then to make a belly band, you just take this, center it up on your card, and you want to bend it right at the edge, but you don't want it to be super tight. We'll make that a little straight though. Make sure it's straight before we bend that all the way. Put that back on there and bend the other side. Just wrap it around. Bring it back around. Again, flatten that out. I wouldn't even suggest burnishing that. Well, maybe. This is good cardstock, so it's not breaking up. I think I mentioned this is seafoam cardstock from Concord and Ninth. It's 80 pound, not seafoam, sea glass. Just a second, Melly. So, make sure this fits nice. And this I am going to use liquid glue. So I'm just going to hold it down and put some glue across here. See how much more we need. There we go. And pull that out. Make sure we don't have any glue overflowing. I'm going to take a couple of clothespins, pinch that closed for a second, and I'll be right back. So I put the belly band on here. What I did, so that I put a little bit of liquid glue right on the edge so that the ribbon doesn't fray. So next we're going to adhere this to the belly band. I'm going to use a combination of ATG, stay down, just do that across the middle, stick please, thank you, stick please, thank you, and I think that's alright, yeah, that'll be okay, and some liquid glue, give us a little bit of wiggle room time. We can just center that on the belly band. Hold that down for a second. Let that grab a hold. And then I have a few more of those little sunflowers that come in the sentiment set. I stamped and colored those. So I am going to put some little glue blobbed out. A couple little dots of glue. Do one here, and one here. There we go. Here's my little tool to pick up these sunflowers. One thing I really like about these sets of the stamps and the coordinating dies is the dies cut really close to the edge, so there's not as much of a white border as some stamp and die sets. There we go. So that is our card today, and if you've hung out with me for this long, I want to thank you very much and ask that if you enjoyed this video, if you would leave a thumbs up, and if you're interested in seeing more of my videos, hit the subscribe button, and if you click on the bell, YouTube will notify you when I make my next video. I wanted to show you a few more cards I made with the stamp and die set. Here is, let's start with eggs, bacon, and milk. It says, "How's it going?" and that's from the Farmhouse Sentiments. And on the inside it says, "Just chicken in." And this, I just colored it with a black Copic marker. I wrote the words, and I have horrible penmanship, but I wrote the words with a white gel pen, added a couple of black hearts to match, and used the Lumberyard 6x6 paper pad for the background. Distressed the edges a little bit with some black soot distress oxide. There's that card. Here I used the Cubert quilt backdrop. I can't remember the exact name. And the Thankful For You dies, I cut one in black, once in red, and I just offset them a little bit so it has a little bit of a black drop shadow. I'm not sure if you can get see the shine on the cardstock on the die cuts, but I also used the white gold pearl powder by Katscrappiness. I am in love with this stuff. It has such a pretty gold shimmer. The rooster is from the Farmhouse stamp set, and I colored that with Copic markers, just some basic coloring, and the Cubert backdrop, or Cubert quilt backdrop, I just outlined all of the embossed lines. I made the ones that are indented a little bit bolder, and the ones that are closer to us a little bit lighter. So it can give you, and my rooster is my little Cubert here. He's standing on one of the blocks. I don't know if you know who Cubert is, but I'm guessing maybe you do. Okay, my final card. This is another card that was inspired by the Klompen stamps, what do you call them, templates that she teaches, and this opens up like this and folds open, and it says, "Hey there," and it's got the tractor pulling the trailer of hay and the little barn and the nice heart embellishments. I also used the Scene Builder 6x6 stencil by Katscrappiness to do the cloud outlines, and I also stenciled the clouds on the inside, and it says, "Your friendship is a blessing." And the way that this card works is when it's on display, it stands like this. And here we have our rooster, and it says, "Life is good" underneath him. And I use that is from the Farmhouse Sentiments stamp set. So that's really nice card to display. And I will include a link for Klompen stamps and for Melanie stamps in the description below. I also want to let you know that if you go to my website, cardsbyshannonlee.com, we give away a bundle of craft supplies every month. If you sign up on my email list and you remain on my email list, you will be enrolled for the drawing that I do on the last Saturday of every month. So go to cardsbyshannonlee.com and sign up for the bundle of craft supplies. And here are the cards that I made. Let's see if we can get them all in there. There we go. Thanks for watching. Bye for now.